The American experience is a life that is commonly associated with living in the United States of America. Every person has a different opinion on it, but is mostly described as a stereotypical American family, which is a middle-class family made up of a working father, a stay-at-home mother, an elder son, and a younger daughter. But others describe the American experience as following one's dreams. Americans following their dreams seems to be in their favor. However, in some cases, the consequences were not worth the outcomes. It is evident throughout history that Americans follow their dreams, but sometimes the consequences outweigh the benefits. There are many examples of people following their dreams to better humanity and themselves, but there were repercussions. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reached his goal of civil rights by standing by his nonviolent protests. He also presented his world-famous speech, I Have a Dream, in Washington, D.C. to thousands of people. The only way he reached his goal was through determination and following his dream. But on April 4th, 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. The man who assassinated him was an extremist set out to keep races segregated. The only reason he was killed was because he decided to reach for his dream of equal rights. It makes one wonder if his dreams were worth his life or not. Looking back through American history, the most important event was the Revolutionary War. Americans would not even be the same. The American Revolution was fought from 1775 to 1783 to gain control from Britain. Although the rewards were great, the Americans suffered many casualties. Numbers were rounded to 25,000 deaths and another 25,000 wounded. After the war, it was realized that the Americans had spent $37 million nationally on the war. Our own independence wasn't even a factor for the biggest event that happened in the 20th century, World War II. Fought from 1939 to 1945, World War II was a war against the Axis powers and the Allied powers. The U.S. was one of the last countries to join the war, which makes people wonder if joining the war was worth it or not. With 405,000 estimated dead and 670,000 wounded, it is easily debatable. Britain and France could have probably pulled off the war by themselves without help from the United States. Recently, North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un was sending nuclear threats to the United States. The Americans reacted without a care. There has to be a reason why North Korea is so aggressive and hostile towards America. It could have had something to do with the Korean War, which was a war between North and South Korea concerning government and elections. Getting involved in another country's business can cause bad relationships with those countries, which is the case in North Korea. The United States meddled in a foreign affair and is now, in 2013, still receiving threats. The First Battle of Bull Run, also known as First Manassas, was fought on July 21, 1861, in Prince William County, Virginia, near the city of Manassas. It was the first major land battle of the American Civil War. Bull Run was the bloodiest battle up to that point. Union casualties were 460 killed, 1,124 wounded, and 1,312 missing or captured. Confederate casualties were 387 killed, 1,582 wounded, and 13 missing. Although I did not use the Civil War in my project, I figured this would be the best place to visit that would pertain to my American dream. Visiting a place where so many people lost their lives really put everything into perspective. How many people's dreams are you crushing in pursuit of your own? The American experience is a person following their dreams. Whatever it may be, living in America has been the start of the journey. Being an American citizen has been the dream of many for a long time. Although Americans following their dreams has worked for the most part, the consequences of these dreams makes it hard to decide if it was worth the trouble. The American experience is an individual following their dreams, but their dreams aren't worth it if they have negative consequences.